Welcome to Jupiter Lab. We are going to have a wonderful 30-minute stretch session. I'm really excited to be here. I'm excited to just flow into this stretch and whatever we're being called to alleviate. So get on your mat, get your water, make sure you hydrate because we will move some things around, okay? So we're going to start standing. A little bit hips width apart, not like right up under your hips, but just a little bit on the outside um, here. And we're gonna take our famous wave, rocking side to side. And today I have the heat on like real high, so I'm already like warm. So just flow with it. If you see me sweating, you know why. We're rocking side to side, bringing energy into our hands. We're going to take a reach on one side, really long, all the way up and over our head to a lateral stretch. Feel free to either grab support at the bottom of your leg, or you can reach on the hip and really take that lateral stretch all up and through the torso. Then we're going to reach it over and forward into a flat back, keeping your head parallel to the ground, really reaching that arm as if somebody is pulling that wrist forward and out. And then bringing it down slowly, keeping that reach activated through the hand, all the way down to the ground. You can bring your other arm down. Let the head relax over. And you should feel this stretch primarily in your, for me it's my left leg, it might be your right, I don't know if it's mirrored. Shifting that weight, we're going to bend the back leg, bending and straight. Again, bend and straight. Bend and straight. Bend and straight. Now we're going to bend and hold. Again, this is emphasis on the leg that is straight with the arms that we're reaching towards and over. Keeping that bend active. You might be getting some warmth through the body. Take a deep breath in and out. Sink in a little bit deeper. Breathe it in and out. Last big breath. Breathe it in and out. Release. Bring it all the way back up. Okay, we got one side. We're already getting warm. Let's go ahead and get back into our wave. Wave it out. My knees are good old cracking and popping. That is quite all right. Maybe you want to sync your breath with your movement. Reaching opposite sides. Creating your wave of intention. Activating each movement from the core, lengthening and extending that energy through the hands. Keep that reach one side, the opposite side that you reached on the last time, from the last time, all the way over. Bring a rainbow overhead into the side. Good lateral stretch. Again, feel free to grab onto the leg here, or you can wrap your arm around, whichever feels comfortable. Reaching, bringing energy through the fingertips all the way overhead. Tap it into your breath. Keeping that energy alive. Don't get stagnant in the stretch, but really reach and lengthen the torso. Coming up, we're gonna go flat back. Ooh, good chest pop. Keep lengthening, open, open, open. Again, you're welcome to have your arm here behind your back, or for more support, you can bring it over to your leg. Each side is different, so be patient and have grace with your body. One side may be a little bit more easeful than the other. Keeping that energy alive, reach, reach, reach. We're gonna reach all the way down towards the ground at an angle. Again, we can relax the head over here. And we're just reaching over our right leg. Tapping into our breath here. Get ready, we're gonna bend and straight. Bend and straight. Very much active in the back of this leg and our hamstring. And straight. And bend and straight. Last one, we're gonna bend and hold. Waking up our hamstrings, waking up the back of the knees, really lengthening. If you need to take moments to bend and give your leg a break from that straight leg stretch, go ahead. But get back into it so we can really elongate the stretch from our tailbone all the way down to our heel. Take a deep breath in. Sink a little bit deeper. Breathe it in. And sink deeper. Last one, make it count. Breathe it in. And sink deeper. Bringing it back up, straightening the legs, shifting your weight to come up. And bringing the arms down by your side. Let's do a body check. Bringing our feet to hips width apart. And let's just close our eyes. We're gonna go through a quick body scan just to feel where our weight is, where our body is, and how we're feeling right now as we're tapping into our flow. We just finished our first sequence of movement. Also, feel free to let me know if the music is overpowering my voice as we continue. You can let me know in the comments and I'll take a look. But we're gonna bring our hands here by our side, open palms, shoulders rolled back, feet are pressed into the earth, toes flattened to the ground. And we're just going to tap into our body. How does our body feel? Where is our weight predominantly leaning towards? Where do we feel like we're holding tension in our body? Is there one central point where our body is just like, I can't relax there? Try to breathe deep into that space. Taking a deep breath in through the nose and out the mouth. We're going to bring our attention to the top of our head. And let's imagine we have a giant bowl of water at the top of our crown. So we are lifted, we are balanced, chin is lifted. And on each breath, we breathe in and the water rises. And as we exhale, just a little bit trickles down the sides of our head. And this water is relaxing water, so it is calling us to bring ease into our body. Deep breath in and out. Water trickles down the forehead, over the eyelids, down the sides of the head, the jawline, relaxed. Down the back of the neck, breathe in. And exhale. The water continues to trickle down the shoulders. And because our hands are straight, it quickly goes down our arms, into our fingertips, almost like a slide down our thumbs, rolling down the front of the chest. Breathe in and out. The water finds itself flowing over the ribs and the front, backs, and sides of the body, bringing ease and relaxation into this body. Breathing in and out into the pelvis. The pelvic floor drops into a grounding position, locking you in as an anchor into this moment. Breathe in and out. From the pelvis, the water flows through the thighs and the hamstrings, down the glutes and the hips. Maybe making circles at the knees in the front and the back, bringing some ease. You can bring a bend into the knees just slightly. And let that water create a sense of gratitude within your knees to hold you up in this moment. Breathe in and out. That gratitude flows down the shins and the calves, into the ankle joints, bringing some loosening up into those. Breathe in and out. We are now standing in the pool of love, joy, ease, and gratitude at our feet, going through every metatarsal, all the way to the tips of the toenails, softening the soles, giving love to the heels of the feet. In this moment, I want you to find or seek for spaces of tenderness or tightness in your body, and take a deep breath into that space. Deep breathe in and out. Wash it out. You can begin to flutter the eyes open. We're going to take a deep breath in, bringing the arms up and overhead. Does it feel like you're floating right now? Maybe rising up on the toes. That feels good. Y'all know how my knees were cracking like 5 minutes ago? It's not cracking so much. Okay, with our arms reaching up, we're going to take a dive forward, but going flat back all the way over, reaching our hands towards the screen. Reach, reach, reach. Let's imagine we're grabbing hands here, reaching for each other, creating a resistance. So imagine if we are holding hands here, we pull our tailbone back as if we're trying to pull each other in opposite directions. Really shifting the tailbone back, reaching the arms in the opposite direction. Take a deep breath in this position. And out, slow it down. Yes, nice, nice, nice. Take a deep breath in. We're going to rise up just a bit and lower down. Hands reaching towards the ground, tops of the feet or on the shins, wherever you feel comfortable or what is accessible today. And here we're just going to press the toes into the ground. So bringing some action into our feet. If you are able to see the details of this press. We've done this before where we lift the heel and press the ball of the foot into the ground. Yes. Where we will be walking it out. Let's do this a few times here. Nice. Tapping into your breath. Maybe syncing your breath with each movement. Coming up on the last few in 3, 2, and 1. Bring the heels down to the ground. Let's slowly roll up. Release your head down. Coming up one vertebrae at a time. Let the lower spine lock in from the coccyx to the thoracic. One vertebrae at a time, slowly coming up. Let the head be the last thing to come up. Roll the shoulders back. Whew. Nice. Let's come into an open straddle. I'm going to bring the hands up and down, and we bend our knees. Bringing the elbows in to the inside of the thighs. And we're going to press our elbows in to our thighs, pressing our knees outward. Okay? So as we press our knees outward, we're kind of dropping our pelvis down a little bit more, so we're able to get a good pelvic stretch here. Take a deep breath in and out. Try to lift your chest more. Deep breath in and out. Relaxing the hips. Breathe in and out. Dropping the head over, reaching for the ground. Shifting the hips side to side. Somebody said we need to do a lunge. Let's do our lunge here. We're going to go to our right side first. Starting in a square position with our feet planted on the ground and one knee forward. We're just going to be gentle. It doesn't have to be a super deep runner's lunge, but we will get a good stretch in the psoas area. If you experience tightness here, we're just going to shift our weight forward, okay? So, like I said, we're not going full on like into the lunge at the beginning. We're just going to gently start with our weight shifting here. So we have our feet parallel. You can release the back foot, so let the front of the toes go flat on the ground. And then just shift your weight forward just a little bit. And come out of it. Shift your weight forward again. And come out of it. And each time, just like we did on the last stretch where we were pulling our leg forward and we were creating this resistance in our back leg, pressing it to the ground, but pressing our hips forward, it's that same concept. The more that you press the tops of your feet to the earth, the more that you will have some expansion in the iliopsoas, which is that front muscle, that is the walking muscle, that is the sitting muscle. That is everything that gets this whole leg moving forward and backwards, okay? So let's go again, back in neutral, shifting the hips forward. And back to neutral. This time, walk your foot out just a little bit more. We want to keep this like angle where our knee isn't going over our toe. So once we go to here, our knee is in line with our ankle. Let's do that just a little bit. So about there, so when we go into our stretch, our knee is in line with our ankle, okay? Coming back to neutral. Shifting the weight forward. Again, keeping that same stretch and pull from our hip, groin area all the way up to our to our pelvis and our torso, reaching and lengthening. And back out, back to neutral. If you want, this next time we can take both arms up, shifting the weight forward, reaching the arms, really pulling those arms up and back. Ooh, had a good pop. Up and back. Breathe in. And out. Back to neutral. Let's go one more time in this position, reaching the pelvis forward, reaching the arms up and back. Imagine you have someone just right behind you pulling those arms up and back. while still pulling that hip forward. Sinking your hips more and more into the stretch, creating that resistance from the arms. Breathe in and out. Shifting back to neutral. Let's shift the weight forward, bringing the tailbone back. We're gonna reach towards our reach our hands towards our feet. Okay, reach our hands towards our feet on opposite sides of our foot. We're gonna flex that foot. You may feel this in your low back. You may also feel this in the hamstrings and quad, as well as the shin. We're gonna flex those toes again. Imagine we're peeling the toes back to point towards us. Take a deep breath in here and out. Twice more. Breathe it in and out. Last one. Make it count. Breathe it in and out. Shifting the weight forward. We're going to come into a deeper lunge. Hands on either side of the leg. The back leg is still flat on the ground. And this time we are really getting a good stretch in this hamstring here. Really lengthening. Imagine you have a string in this front knee and it's pulling it all the way out. And then this leg has a string attached to the heel and it's pulling it all the way out. So we're getting a full reach opposition happening within the pelvis, hips, knees, ankles. Reach out. Let's take 3 deep breaths here in our own timing. Keeping that opposition, keep that reach. On your third exhale, let's come back to neutral. Bringing our feet and knees into tabletop. And let's see how our hips feel. Like, what do you feel here? What's different about one side than the other? Does one side feel more loose? Ooh. Maybe try some circles with the hips and wrists. Try a different direction. And finding a neutral position in tabletop. We're going to get ready to go on the other side. Yes, very good. Ashe. Ashe. So we're going to come back to facing front. Get ready for our other side. Again, we're going to start in increments, bit by bit, building ourselves into this lunge. So coming into, this is not tabletop. This is like a Z-sit standing. So again, with the same things, our focus wants to be at our hip. We're shifting the weight forward in our hip, not going all the way into a stretch, but really just activating that psoas muscle, activating the pelvic floor, and really lengthening this stretch. So imagine we're trying to separate our torso and our thigh from our hip, opening that space up. So here we go. We're going to shift our weight forward. Again, the energy is coming from pressing the tops of the leg or the top of the leg down to the earth, peeling that front of that leg, front of that hip open and back. And come back to neutral. Shift the weight forward, press the hip forward, pressing the heel, the foot, body parts and words, goodness. The top of the leg down into the earth, the hips forward. Reach it out. And back to neutral. Again, hip forward. Come back. Last one, hip forward and back. This time we're going to shift the heel just slightly, like a couple of inches, and then shifting that weight forward, dipping into this stretch. Again, we want to sit in it, but we also want to keep that energy active, reaching our hip length open, open, open. Back to neutral. This time we can take one arm, reach it up and over, creating that length, reaching that arm, and back. Maybe take both arms this time, reaching up and over, reaching them back, opening the chest, and back. And again, taking that reach up and overhead, behind the body, keeping that energy reaching through the fingertips. Take a deep breath here. And out. Sinking more into that stretch, reaching back behind you so you're really opening up the body in all directions. And back. One more time. Reach up and over. Imagine those hands being pulled back and creating a resistance with the hips pushing forward. Breathe. And return to neutral. We're going to take our hands on either side of the foot, shifting that weight forward, or actually, we go into our flexed foot, so we're flexing the foot back, peeling the toes towards our face, all the way back. Reach down either side of the leg, really bringing your torso, you bring your belly down to the thigh, sinking into that stretch. And even while our belly is reaching towards our thigh, we still want to keep an energetic reach through our torso to the top of our head. So it's as if, again, like someone's pulling our head forward, reaching there, then we're keeping this resistance and this oppositional pull away from our tailbone, reaching all the way down through the leg. Let's take 3 deep breaths in here. Shifting the weight forward on your 3rd exhale. Coming into our deepest lunge. Again, keeping that back leg flat on the ground, keeping that opening here. Same concept with our reach from before. Reaching that torso up and over, forward, and keeping that oppositional pull. Remember, as we did last time, imagining we have a string at our knee and it's pulling forward, and then we have a string all the way through this back leg, pulling it in opposition, reach. Take 3 deep breaths in your own timing here. Nice. Coming back up. Let's go into a tabletop. Do a check-in with our hips. See how they feel. Do they feel the same? Do they still feel different? Do they feel open? My hips definitely feel like I can do anything. Like, I feel like I could probably do like a left split right about now. And that's huge because I can't remember the last time I did a split. But just checking in with your hips. You can go side to side, you can go front to back, or you can go in circles. Just really tapping in with what feels good to the body. And when you're ready, you can come to a seated position. Ooh. All the alarms about to be going off in the house. Yes, same. Like water, very good, much needed. Yes, Ashe. Speaking of water, we're gonna take a quick little sip. Mm-hmm. Oh, it hid your message because it had a bad word. What is a good word? He said, I feel really fucking good, Empress. Yes, I love it. I'm so happy. All right, so just to close out, we're just going to bring some loving energy into our wrist, making a figure eight with our wrist up and down, around, however this motion feels. Just giving some love to our wrist. I know in this day and age, we use our phones so much. We're always holding that thing like a baby. So we want to bring some love into these bad boys. And now, from our figure eight, I want to challenge you to go into a circle. So one circle in one direction. This is always so funny to me because one way is easier than the other to get a full circle. All right, and other way. Stacks. It's a lot of popping. Okay. Pressing the hands out. Pressing them forward. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And to close out, we're just going to take a deep breath in. A cleansing breath out. Twice more, breathing it in. And out. Last one, make it count. Breathe it in. And out. Yes, thank you so much for joining. This was such a fun time. I had a joy just moving and flowing today. This intuitive flow was everything that my body needed. Like I felt all of the different clicks, ticks, pops. I feel so much more relieved. My hips. Like I said, all the alarms are going off in the house. It's about that time to shift gears. If you enjoyed yourself, please, whenever I share this, leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite part was. If you're watching this later, let us know. What was your favorite part? What did this stretch do for you? And don't forget to share it. Let other people know so they can get their stretch on because you don't want to hold all this goodness to yourself, okay? So thank you again for joining. I will see y'all next Jupiter Day. Peace.